Hello, everybody. I have been probably felt the energies switching over, awakening at some point, crossing over, getting into this energies that it's coming in, and you're processing everything. Almost like you've been living in an old reality, beginning something new as in reality. Will be interesting day because the moon is gonna be crossing into Taurus. But that switch from Aries to Taurus is going to be squaring Pluto. And you're not going to like the transformations. You may not going to like the things in the material world. This is a time for some of you who has been awakened from before. You already know what I'm talking about. When you begin to awaken, you don't like the things within the 3D. And when you don't like the things in the 3D, what do? You're either here to make the world a better place, you're here to build a new world, or you're here to see why you don't like it. What is the doubt within you? It's going to be a very interesting energy. So I was actually looking at that energy specifically at 1 o'clock. There's going to be a lot of divine energies coming. You're going to see some changes, situations become the early afternoon, talking about these energies between 1 till almost 3 o'clock. That positions in there, 10 in the late afternoon. We are going to be working on the things. We're going to be working at what we don't like. You may going to see what you don't like in the material world. I don't like this old stuff. I don't know how the organizations in the world is. I don't like how the things and the people on the 3D relationships are. I don't like what is all about the money. I don't like what it's all about the apartments. What is not correct? What is not going? You're going to feel those complaints. But this has happened because you crossed over. Either you crossed over from the one door, you gotta exit out, and you're like, okay, I'm in this new place, but I don't like this new place. Or you are entering in there, it's like, oh my God, I don't like this old crap. You maybe end up and looking at into the old paradigms in there because Chiron is open up everything that's new. Every wound that has not been healed, it is about to be healed. And that is the one thing you're gonna be seeing it from within. So I'm gonna get you some the energies they are coming for it. So for those of you who have any of the questions, you may ask it now. For so, what is it cooking? What is it going on in there? The morning is going to be starting beautiful, except you're going to be following this squaring of what you're doing. Some of you may be experiencing these energies at work. Be mindful about this. For it, I'm talking about the midheaven, it's squaring Mercury, who is a retrograde. Chiron right now, it's exactly with the sun. As the sun is beginning to move a little bit forward, the moon in the morning, it's already past the eclipse, and it's at 26 degrees of Aries. That is the beginning to squaring Pluto. Um, Talking about the next hour, which is that is going to be at 8 o'clock energies up here. The main focus is going to be Pluto. We've been talking about this Pluto creation. Been talking about this. You need to understand that the Pluto creation is like uh, the 1% of the 1%, but that is that apply to all people. Okay, you may be living into a lower caste or living into poor conditions, but you are this understandable personality that is about to rise up to a level that nobody in your family does. Okay, we're talking about these people who are rising from the very, very low to the very, very high. They have this power and abilities in there. There's going to be some people who are going to be rising from within for you, wherever you've been standing at, you're going to be rising up as long you know what to tell yourself. If you tell yourself things doesn't work, things are bad, things are ugly, and things are this and that, and so on and so on, guess what? You're telling the wrong stuff into you, you're coaching your intuitions and things, and you're gonna feel that intuition is that it's coming and suppressing you. Okay. But when you're following the natural path of energies, it's like, okay, I see what I am, I see what I have, I know what to do. You don't listen to your intuition. You're doing from the authority within yourself. And currently, the authority is about what? Healing within the shadow. Okay. Whatever you did in the past 3 months, right now is going to be coming in towards you. Okay. It's going to be coming in some way, in some form of paying off. The next hour, which is gonna talking about at 9 o'clock, the energies, guys, Saturn and Mars, you guys already know, are together. They are sextiling Jupiter and Uranus. Jupiter and Uranus, they're working and coming in together, guys. Okay, they're working on to coming in together. They're only like a 2 degrees apart. Sudden changes in the material world is gonna come in. Okay, if something has to work out, it's going to be work out. I'm going to give you, explanations for it. You guys already know that I moved to Spain and there was no furniture, so I went out to buy the furniture. And they say that the guy who transporting, he's going to be off because I wanted the furniture by Thursday. So I was looking at around the shop and so on. And the guy who's driving, he just comes by. It's like, hey, how's it going? So on. How's everything going on? Explaining. We talk about a few things. And guess what? I asked him, I wanted to buy some more furniture, but can't deliver it by Thursday. And he's like, I can do it today. So we bought the furniture and he delivered it today. And that's what I'm talking about. Those sudden changes in the material possessions, this growth, is that correlations work between Uranus and Jupiter. All of a sudden, the guy comes in from out of nowhere and comes and talk to you. That is how, for some of you, it's going to be like that. All right, so talking about 10 o'clock, pay attention to these 10 o'clock energies. It's going to be helping you to understand Mercury retrograde in your intuitions, where it needs to stand. Sometimes you have to zip the intuitions and work of the development of the authority within you, not within your mind going to 1,000 different places, 1,000 different scenarios, and you're wondering where your intuition is. Your intuition is currently out of order because that shift in there, it's not going to happen when you put your thinking that is the intuition, but you put your will to control in there. And now, currently, Pluto says, like, no, you have to operate without intuitions. You have to operate from knowing what you have inside of you and practice what you have inside of you. Stop thinking, stop going on around, stop learning, perform. And this is what some of the people have to pay attention on this because Mercury retrograde it is like, hey, you talk too much. Where is your performance? Now let me review your performance. Oh, your performance sucks. Why? You only learn, you don't perform. I have to teach you that the boat goes the both ways. Mercury retrograde, right? All right, so talking about 11 o'clock energies, the midheaven is going to be moved from Mars into Saturn. It's still going to be in Pisces. That's going to be, of course, sextiling Jupiter and Uranus, but also at the same time, it's going to be trining the ascendant, which is coming to the horizon. Let me explain. What happened with the ascendant is you see the things and you have 6 hours to process some things. And then you have another 6 hours to go then approve it to you. And then you have another 6 hours to go down to the earth. Those energies, you need to do something about this. And that is what the astrology is. You have an ascendant, you have a midheaven, and you have a descendant. Okay. All right. So, talking about those energies, guys, after the eclipse, you're probably gonna be feel a little bit off because of a lot of consciousness it's coming, a lot of things of the shadow it's coming, but the overall energies, even in the talking about the next hour, which is gonna be a noon, that is gonna be when the energies of love and money is gonna come to you. You're gonna know what to work. You're gonna know what you need to transform. You weren't good with money before, you were losing money, or you haven't made enough money. You understand now what you need to do. If you don't know how to make money, you begin to focus of making money. If you don't understand how the money works, you study finances. If you don't understand taxes, you're gonna be looking at into your taxes. But you are gonna be saying, you know what? I'm taking everything in my own hands. I'm taking this understandings about money and understandings about love in my hands. I love me, but I have to learn the things in there. And who can change you is you. But you need to understand you're also working with the current present energies at the moment. The authority is in at 1 o'clock, which is that is going to be the sun and the midheaven. Very good, very powerful energies for the mean Lilith is still lurking around back and forth, back and forth, back and forth through Virgo in there, while the true Lilith is at the 0 degrees of Libra. It's kind of like going on through this logic and relationship, logics and love. But you need to understand, and love doesn't ask you about logic. Love is asking you to be love. And then you can understand and apply the logic in there within the 3D, how to navigate within the 3D. And actions are based out of love. That's what this healing is about. All right, talking about in the next hour, which is going to be at 2 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be at Taurus. That's going to be together with the moon, and you're going to feel like being put into the pressure. But at the same time, it's going to show you the area of concerns, of priorities within yourself, of what you need to work on it, the things that you need to mature on it. And as I said before, don't fight the universe. You ain't gonna win. Don't fight the evolution. Evolution is asking for one thing: you to mature at all levels. Nice only one. All right. So nothing new under the sun, really? No, there is. There is a lot going on. For it, the divine, it's keep working on you. It's keep grinding you out. It's keep asking you. It's like, hey, go deep. The more deep you're gonna go, and the more deep wounds you heal, the more high you're going to go with the energies. And somebody is gonna be working on this. Somebody's really gonna be grinding it out, but under the divine guidance. And that's gonna come from Pluto and Neptune that is in there. There is a divine yacht in the ascendant for it. But the midheaven is with that growth. These miracles that we said, it's happening right there. We're talking about these unifications of Mars and Saturn. They're only 1 degree apart. You feel that too, but you also feel the intensity of that energy. It's like if somebody puts you under pressure. Imagine you take a little cylinder and you're just pounding that air in there and you're squeezed and you're like, I need to vent out. There is no vent. You have to push it back to do the work. But there is also pushing it back. So you go back, you push it, you go back and push. And guess what? That energy is teaching you how to be flexible. Interesting things, guys. All right, talking about the next hour, the ascendant is going to be opposing Saturn and Mars. Um, That is a very beautiful divine energies that's coming from Lilith, the Chiron in there. Let me tell you, the Lilith is 21 degrees of Virgo, and the Sun is at 20 degrees. Chiron is at 19. What is you gotta change? Okay, so you lived in the old world. You have this understanding within the old world, how the old world operates. You crossed over, you awaken, and now you see the truth. And you're like, oh my God, but what can you see is the question. Because when you crossing over, you can see the good stuff, you can see the bad stuff, but can you see the energies that point you to ascension? You have this ascension energies inside of you. Some of you getting ascending energies. That's the truth. You know who you are. All right. Talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 5 p.m. This divine energy is going to continue to work. The ascendant is exactly what the mean Lilith, the true Lilith, is very good positions within the moon. There, the North Node, it is under pressures right now. But we're going to be talking about this the next hour as well. You're going to feel that intensity of things that are going under pressure. A lot of duality, though, a lot of doubts. Who has a doubt? Oh, I did something and it doesn't work. I want to give up. Okay. The winners never quit, the quitters never win. So if you quit within yourself to yourself, you're never going to win. You're going to have to fight it again. But the person who knows how to win, they do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. That's how the winners are made. And when you crossing over, guess what? You're understanding you have to win of this. Imagine I put you on a brand new planet and you are like, oh my God, what is this? What is that? And so on and so on. You're trying to figure things out. And they put you on this contest and you're like, I don't know what to do. And you're asking somebody, what do you need to do? And they only tell you, well, this is it, this is that, and oh, go play. Some of you know how to play. That's what you ascended. All right. So talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 6 p.m., guys, things are going to be intense. Okay, you're probably within that game, you're probably within this. You're looking at that family stuff for it. Midheaven, it is sextile in Mercury. That's the only positive energies. At the same time, it's got the divine energies with Pluto. But everything else is pretty much is going to be pushing you within this Libra, Virgo situations because, I mean, reality is reality. Okay, on the other side, we have a Pisces energies, which is there is a three planets in there, and we have areas where we have one, two, three, four, five. We have five things in there in areas. I'm working on me. Yeah. That working on me the next hour is going to be testing you out. The ascendant, it's very close into the south node. It is opposing Chiron, the sun, Mercury retrograde. For it, currently Venus is also opposing that ascendant. But the thing is that we have the midheaven that it's going to be at the family. Some of you go with the universe, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to leave the things in the hands of the universe. Let the things are working out the way they are. You're going to find your peace. But some of you is going to decide to fight. Oh, you know what? It's your problem. You haven't healed this. You haven't healed that. Or it is your problem. You have to go ahead and see this. You have to see your behavior. Or you have to see that, and you got to go to that. You point out the fingers to others. What are you going to point out the fingers to you, though? Don't blame your family for actions that you did. Just because your family did it, that doesn't mean that you have to do those things. You're here to be awakened. You're here to be going into the new. That's what you came for. Of course, there's going to be some challenges with the growth. There's going to be challenges with everything. The midheaven in the next hour, which is going to be at 8 p.m. Pay attention to this, guys. That energy is going to be squaring the moon and it's going to be squaring Pluto. Intensity, intensified of I don't want these changes. You find out where you are. This is like, okay, I lived in a very beautiful place. I had all this beautiful life, and I had this and I had that, and now I am in this different world. When my God, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. No, you're not lost. You just did not know what to do. Now you learned of something. It's basically kind of like you played a survivor where you are surviving, but in the based on what you know in a place you never know. All right, growth, maturity happens with actions. You guys know about it by doing things. That's how you learn them. And for those who actually following all those energies, guys, you know how to grow and mature. We also understand what took you to get there to where you are now. You value that. And that values, nobody can take it away from you. Okay? Because that is your destiny. Nobody can steal your destiny. It's yours. Don't thinking about it. Somebody got something from you. All right. So talking about the next hour, the divine energies towards Pluto is gonna comes in strong, powerful. Ascendant is going to Scorpio, which is that's gonna be at 10 p.m. And those energies, the one is going to point out towards Chiron and the Sun, the other is going to be pointing out towards the North Node. You're looking at it in the shadow, you know what it's destined for you. You know what is it coming in towards you. You're getting at the things that it's coming towards you. All you do is do it. Go do the things. All right, so talking about it, 11 o'clock, midheaven is going to be with the mean Lilith. That is going to be pointing out those choices of authority, of healing, those powerful communications. They are going to be coming from Mercury towards your shadow. For those who doesn't follow sleep, where you don't sleep, where is your mind goes in there, finding how to figure things out, how to get the things in there. You're awake and you have a new sense and you feel under pressure. You're in a brand new world. You have a brand new understanding of how the things are in the world. And now, without energies, guys, you can take down the energies and build the life you ever wanted. Because right now, Jupiter in Uranus is in Taurus. Jupiter is not going to be in there for a long time. Okay, that is it, the growth, the miracles. This is basically like once in a lifetime an opportunity. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So the chances Uranus and Jupiter to be in the same zodiac sign and to repeat it, and especially we're talking about in Taurus, it's almost none to zero. Okay, none to zero. And for those who doesn't follow sleep, I'm gonna give you the midnight. Midheaven is gonna be with the true Lilith, which is pretty much gonna be there. That's gonna be opposing Venus for it, but it's gonna be trining Pluto and sextile the ascendant that is in the Sag. You're gonna be seeing things. Some of you maybe go ahead and waking up at 3 o'clock from the divine, and I'll tell you why you may get an awakening at 3 o'clock. That is it because the midheaven that it's going to be at Scorpio and together with the mean Lilith. Okay, all this is going to point out towards the sun and Mercury retrograde that is coming in, and Chiron. You know exactly what I say. Those of you who are in the soul connections, they understanding this. May not speaking it with this, but I speak in you within the energies, and you know it. You know what I mean when I say it. That is a when you think for one person and think constantly for it, and all of a sudden they wake you up at 3 o'clock. You awaken to your own destiny, guys. And it's all I have for you today. All right. Thank you so much for watching in the comments. And guys, if you have any questions or requests for personal readings, you may contact me. All right, guys. Love you all. Be love.